Welcome to the Pat Gray Unleashed program. We are not going to start with the normal music today. We're obviously profoundly saddened this morning by the senseless, vicious loss of a great person, Charlie Kirk, yesterday, just 31 years old. I never met Charlie, but he has had a massive impact on an entire generation of Americans. He has really made a huge difference. And that includes with my own children, who almost all of them were followers of his. They loved him. I mean, he was just a beloved person, and with good reason. You know, he was smart. He was reasonable. He was logical. He was calm when he made his points. And he showed up on campuses all over this country, just making a difference, a massive difference in people's lives. He commented that the seniors in high school, were the most conservative they've been in 50 years. And I think in large part, that is because of his efforts. So today, with all of this so fresh and our feelings so tender, I really, really want to hear from you. Your thoughts, your feelings about this horrific tragedy at 888-900-3393. If you'd like to share with us. It's also, of course, 9/11, the 24th commemoration now. Jeez. So we'll obviously share some memories there. But yeah, between the two, it's just it's an overwhelming day. Certainly you know by now that Charlie Kirk was assassinated as he was doing a Turning Point event yesterday on the campus of Utah Valley University. Jeez. Just bizarre. A weird place for that to happen, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you go out the campus, drive down University Parkway 4 miles, and you're at BYU. It's just, I mean, it's a conservative area. You wouldn't expect this.
How do you know that was that close?
Yeah, there. I mean,
wow.
UVU is the largest university in Utah. It's like almost 47,000 students. So no doubt that's why he was there. He had a huge gathering there. Apparently 7,000 people had signed a petition not to allow him, because the last thing you want to do is hear somebody who disagrees with you.
Right.
You don't want to hear that.
And that was his whole point.
His whole point
of discourse.
Yeah.
Was that we need to hear that.
We need to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Have a decent conversation with each other. You know, come and change my mind if you can. Let's talk about it. I'll see what you have to say. You hear what I have to say.
He was so good at it, too.
So good at it.
So good. He was, I don't know, I guess, for lack of a better description, kind of the Ravi Zacharias of politics. You know, he would take a hostile environment, a hostile questioner, and with calm and logic, would be able to convince so many. And I think that's...
And dissect what they said.
They said, present them with facts.
Yep.
And I will say that there's a lot of people in your life. This audience knows who Charlie Kirk is. We know. But there's a lot of people who don't. And today is a great opportunity
to share with them.
Exactly.
Like and play his clips to show that this guy's not some kook. He wasn't some extremist.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a coworker or a friend that texts you or something, just take the opportunity to say, look, I'm a little distracted today. There's a guy that I really respect who was murdered yesterday, and like you said, that's where you send a clip.
Yeah.
And
share an example.
Open up their eyes to his message. Don't let his message fade away.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to affect my kids as much as it did.
Yeah, mine were devastated.
I heard all my kids, and obviously two of them still live at the house. But I didn't. It was like, oh, Dad, what's going on?
Yeah, I know. He made a huge difference, and he accomplished so much in such a short amount of time. I mean, at 31 years old, he ran an organization that took in $100 million a year almost by now. I mean, they started very humbly.
Yeah.
Started with nothing. He started this at 18 years old. So he did so much in a very short amount of time, and just made a huge difference.
As big as the loss is for those of us who loved it whenever he would engage in these conversations, it's a bigger loss for his wife and his children,
I know,
who are left behind.
Please send out your prayers for them. Because they could certainly use it today. I know that the employees here in the building all gathered out in the hall yesterday when this happened and prayed together. Glenn was obviously hugely affected. Glenn did know him. They were friends.
Yes.
They were good friends. He reacted right away while Charlie was still thought to be alive. I don't know if he was at the time.
They said that, but it
was horrific.
Personally, I don't think.
If you haven't seen the video, do yourself a favor and don't watch it. Certainly not with your children around. It's disturbing. It's very difficult to look at.
Yes. There's the first one I saw was a faraway shot.
Yeah.
And then I saw, not long after that, I see the close up, and it's just like there's
horrible.
It's not. I'm sorry. It was horrible, but it wasn't possible for him to be alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it legitimately
a lot of blood loss
would be a miracle.
Yeah.
An overwhelming miracle.
Yeah. So apparently the assassin shot him from 200 yards away on a roof.
Yeah, we have a map
on campus.
of the campus.
Yeah, let's see that.
I don't know
if we could put that up.
It's. I have no idea. We have
there's a lot of
many elements.
With where he was at in the park area, there was surrounded all by buildings. I mean, that's where they have these events.
And apparently, security wasn't exactly tight. Right. I read that it was lax.
Yeah, so there you see 200 yards away, the red square, Charlie Kirk, the black square, the shooter.
Who's still at large, by the way.
Still at large. And we should probably discuss some of the suspects that they detained. But I want to show the video. I'm trying to figure out which one it is on here, of the students or someone that recorded the guy on the roof before...
I believe even talked about it, right?
Yeah, they said,
look, there's somebody up on the roof.
I don't know
Clip
if they
14. Clip
reported
14.
it, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that they did.
I don't know that they reported
you think he'd already be
it,
in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying?
That's so...
Just ran from, over... Where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in. Now he's right there.
Okay.
Just saying.
And this footage right here, you see the person running. If you watch the very top of the screen,
there he is.
It's on your eyes want to not watch the top of the screen, but he's running across right after the shooting.
Jeez. So they did apprehend some older guy, and so everybody assumed that was him right away.
Clip 12. Let's see what this is here. Clip 12.
Here's that suspect who was under arrest.
Yeah, everybody originally thought this was the one.
No, he was not.
And he was.
Yeah.
Okay. So then they arrest somebody else, right? Is the second guy that had the gun?
Yes, and I'm not positive about that. I saw footage of the police going through some yards.
And it turned out one of the guns was like a pellet gun.
It was a pellet gun, yes. And
sounds like a decoy to me.
People are saying that it looks like it was a decoy because the cops got all distracted by this one guy with a rifle. And next thing you look at it and say, man, that looks more like a toy, but okay, it is what it is. And then a couple hours later, that wasn't the shooter.
But they did arrest him?
Yes.
And took him in for questioning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's been released, right?
Yeah, they've both been released.
Everybody's been released.
Even who we are saying feels like a decoy.
Yes, even that person
He's been released. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Kash Patel said right away they had their guy.
That was so embarrassing.
It was an embarrassing tweet.
So embarrassing. Because then what happened is the chief of police had to correct and say, no, we don't have the person in custody.
Well, because of social media, he would have had to have said that anyway, because social media believed that they had caught the guy too, because everyone thought he was the guy, the first one. that they had apprehended.
Agreed.
The FBI director should know better, though.
Yeah, the
Absolutely.
Should know better.
taking his cues from social
no
media.
question.
I think that's the problem with the entire FBI, but that's a separate conversation.
Yeah.
I
For another
believe
day.
that,
But
yes.
that is a conversation we should have someday. But doesn't seem to be going well there. But, the work that he did was so great, and he was tireless in doing that.
Yes.
And here he is talking about, which was such a big part of it, being a Christian.
Are you
Cut
a
to.
Christian by any chance?
Very, very much so.
Like, why is that exactly?
Jesus saved my life. I'm a sinner, gave my life to Christ, most important decision I ever made.
So you believe the Bible is real?
Yes,
Like,
I believe the Bible is true and real. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I could give you the technical answer. There's never been an archaeological discovery that has contradicted the truth of the Bible. And then, of course, the wisdom. There is not a truth of the Bible that if you apply to your life does not improve dramatically. And then finally, we have the most accurate and transparent, historically robust account that one can have of the most important figure ever to live in the history of the world, Jesus of Nazareth. And the resurrection is the pinpoint of my belief that Jesus did rise from the grave so that we may live.
What makes Christian mythology real?
So that's not mythology, but that is theology. If Genesis 1:1 and the resurrection is true, anything in the Bible is possible. You're looking at the greatest miracle. The greatest miracle is creation. And then the fact that Jesus rose from the dead. And I say, how do you know that Jesus rose from the dead? Well, show me another historical piece of a story where so many people willingly died a brutal death for a lie. Every single person around him had everything to lose, and yet they went to the absolute death, from Paul to Peter to the half-brother of James, saying that Jesus is Lord, Jesus rose from the dead. Not to mention, if you were going to fake a story, you would not use female witnesses in the ancient world. In the scriptures, it said that the women were the first one to see Jesus Christ. If you're trying to fake a story, you would never do that. Not to mention the 500 people that saw Jesus after he rose from the dead, and then the later church that lived under persecution under the belief that Jesus Christ was the Son of God.
I'm going to miss him. No, I mean, that was just great.
Holy cow.
It's just so great. Rational, reasonable, logical. And obviously, the guy is trying
Yes.
to provoke him.
Yes. And get a hole in his story.
And get a
Why?
hole, yeah.
You don't believe in
Right.
the Bible? Is it hoax?
And rather than go to, well, the Spirit tells me, because he knows his questioner won't buy into that.
Correct.
Yep.
Instead, he uses logic and reason. I mean, that's pretty great.
Yes.
That's pretty
absolutely.
great. Considering where you are and who your audience is, fantastic.
Brilliant.
And that's what he was so good at. And he did it all over the country. This was the first, he was calling it the American comeback, I think.
Yes.
So
American
this was the first in that
stop.
series.
Yeah.
Wow. Just very, very painful today.
Gut-wrenching.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about the Jace case. September is National Preparedness Month. We all want to be prepared, and this is a great reminder that it's always smart to be ready for whatever comes our way. Couldn't be a better time to prepare than right now. Some people are saying we could be headed into a recession. We could have supply chain interruptions. You just never know. But whatever is in the future for us, you could be ready for it with your Jace case. Preparedness isn't fear-based. It's common sense. Having the right supplies on hand gives you peace of mind. So even if others start to panic, you don't need to because you're all set. That's why Jace Medical provides real-world solutions like the Jace case. 10 emergency medication and prescription antibiotics shipped right to your door, so you're ready ahead of time. You can even get things like ivermectin, which is difficult, as we've heard this week, to get at the pharmacy. Sometimes your pharmacist just won't give it to you. Oh, okay. You know I have a prescription, right? Yeah, doesn't matter.
So?
And Jace Daily provides up to a 12-month supply of your chronic medications, the things you take every day. All through National Preparedness Month, Jace is running a huge sale to make emergency readiness even more affordable. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout and get a discount that is discounted even further. That's promo code PAT at jace.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
Charlie also spoke about America being a Christian nation, which is something that the left certainly doesn't want to hear. They don't like that. They don't believe that. But here he is making that point.
I was articulated yesterday by a couple of my friends that our country was not founded on Christian principles. Our country was founded on common law because the Declaration only refers to God 4 times in the Constitution. It doesn't refer to God at all. And it only articulates the structure of government.
Remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read the state constitutions before anything else. 9 out of 13 of the original states required you to be a Bible-believing Christian to serve in government at the time of the founding. You could even in actually 13 out of 13 required a declaration of faith. 9 out of 13 required you to be a Protestant, except Maryland, which was Catholic, which still required a declaration of faith. In almost every single one of the original state constitutions, Pennsylvania included, they had, "I profess Lord and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior" in the original state constitutions. So you remember, we're a collection of states before that. Secondly, 55 out of 56 of the original signers of the Declaration were Bible-believing, church-attending Christians. You asked about common law. So common law is inherited from Blackstone, who was Christian. A common law is an outgrowth of the Scriptures. So let's go to 3 principles of common law: presumption of innocence, due process, and jury of your peers. All 3 are biblical principles. So, and all wrapped into the ultimate biblical principle that you shall not favor justice if you are rich or poor, which is in Leviticus 19, right before the most famous part of Leviticus 19, which is that you should love your neighbor as yourself. But before that is that in the administration of justice, you shall not favor the rich or the poor, which is the idea of blind justice. We get that in the West, which is incorporated also in the New Testament ideal: neither slave nor Greek nor Jew, you are all one in Jesus Christ, which we get the idea of human equality. These are all biblical ideas. They're not Enlightenment ideas, which is they kind of get conflated at the time. But more importantly than that, they say that God was only mentioned 4 times in the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's a big deal, okay? Laws of nature and nature's God. The last paragraph of the Declaration reads as a prayer. It says, "We appeal to the supreme judge of the universe." Who's the judge of the universe? Jesus Christ, as it says in Revelation, that Jesus will judge the earth on his throne. So in the Declaration, they were praying to Christ our Lord as a prayer very specifically. Thirdly, as I said on the stage yesterday, Deuteronomy was by far the most quoted book, religious or non-religious, in the time of the founding when they were putting together the Constitution, more than John Locke, more than Montesquieu, more than Blackstone. So the book of Deuteronomy, which talked about laws, customs, traditions. It was Moses' farewell address as he's about to say goodbye, say, "Hey, good luck in Canaan, guys. Here's how you should set up your form of government." But finally, and most importantly, let's look at actually what the founders said. John Adams famously said the Constitution was only written for a moral and religious people. It was wholly inadequate for the people of any other. The body politic of America was so Christian and was so Protestant that our form and structure of government was built for the people that believed in Christ our Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we no longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population. So that's just a surface level belief. So then they'll go to the First Amendment, which has two parts of the First Amendment which get conflated. First of all, separation of church and state is not in the U.S. Constitution. That is a single letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote in 1807 to the Danbury Baptist Convention in Massachusetts, assuring them that the government would not come after the church, okay, which is the opposite of what they would say. However, that was then resurrected by the Warren Court and the Burger Court in the 60s, where they said, hey, all of a sudden we're now going to make this as if it's the Constitution. It does say in the Constitution 2 things, which is the Establishment Clause and the Free Expression Clause. The Establishment Clause is that Congress shall make no law prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What they were most worried about was a Presbyterian or a Anglican or a Quaker type religion taking over the federal government. Instead, it was that there is not going to be a state-run religion or a state-run government. Did you know that one of the first acts of Congress was taxpayer-funded Bible printing and distribution? Did you know that there were church services held in the Supreme Court building as late as the Jackson presidency in the 1820s? But going back to this idea of separation of church and state, and again, I could riff on this ad nauseum because it's just so ridiculous, right? Is that it's not biblical because, first, it's not biblical. It's not constitutional because you go a layer deeper. People that even say that, do you believe in separation of morality and state? Nobody does. So all laws are a reflection of morality, and all morality comes from somewhere. There is no such thing as neutral morality. And we believe what the founders believed because they put it in the halls of Congress, they put it in the Supreme Court, and they put it all throughout the country, which is that the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, is the core morality of how a society and a civilization should exist, right? The 10 Commandments of every person. And finally, and this is the kicker, If the founding fathers were not Bible-believing church-trained Christians, why did they put Leviticus on the Liberty Bell? Not John, not Psalms, not Proverbs, not Genesis, Leviticus. Most Americans can't spell Leviticus. Leviticus 25:19, proclaim liberty throughout the land of which you are in. It is one of the most sinister, most unsubstantiated lies that does not come up against any sort of academic scrutiny. This idea that founding fathers were a bunch of Enlightenment common law deists. The reason they hate it is because the reason they must say this is that if we actually go back to our Christian roots and we go back to where we once were, it's America's best hope for revival and for a great future. You want to add to that, anything? Sorry.
That covered it. That was pretty impressive.
No kidding.
Okay.
Off the top of his head.
Level.
Incredible.
He's not
Just
reading
surface
that
level.
off a teleprompter.
No kidding.
It's off the top of his head.
It's just
That was incredible.
Incredible. And that's what he was. He was incredible.
You guys want to add anything?
So
we're
good.
good.
Yeah, I mean, what do you add to that? Yeah. Pretty well covered the bases there.
But that's just a surface. That's just
It's a
scratching
surface
the
level.
Surface level.
Surface level.
Yeah. Right.
so take that back to your friends, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. And that's why evil didn't want him around anymore.
Boy, that is for sure.
Wow. All right. 888-900-3393. If you'd like to share your feelings today. Ours are a little tender right now. And it's just a somber day. And so shocking.
Really
just
sad.
shocked to the core yesterday.
So many people were angry. And I was there was some anger there, but it's really sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
a profound sadness.
Yeah. It's really sad. And it's just, I mean, I know that everything is supposed to happen for a reason. I get that, and I understand that, you know, a lot of times it's not apparent to us what that reason is. But wow.
And obviously, being the committed Christian that he is, he knows that's not the end. And his family knows that's not the end. It's really just the beginning. But it's hard for those of us
that's
left
to grasp.
behind, and
That's true.
Not going to see him for a while.
Right.
Let's go to Marianne in Oklahoma. Welcome to the Blaze. Hi.
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 I just wanted to share some thoughts with you that I had yesterday when I heard the news about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
My daughter had to call me because I didn't have the television on, and she's not conservative, and she knows that I am, and she says, Mom, do you know Charlie Kirk? And I'm just like, well, yes, I know who he is. And she's like, she told me what happened, and unfortunately, I got on X, and I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. And I was a registered nurse, and I knew he couldn't survive that. Like
I know.
Said.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I said, "There's no way."
Yeah.
And I knew in my heart that he was gone. And then I saw the video of that Glenn put out that was about 3 minutes long, and he was crying and praying and just tugged at my heartstrings, and for his wife and the children and just our whole country, the way Glenn had said that we've got to bring our country together.
Yeah.
We can't let this tear us apart.
Yeah. Very powerful. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mariana. Just...
that's the difficult task.
That is
bringing
a
us
hard
together.
Thing. Yeah. Because what this does is, the left wants to excuse themselves.
Yes.
Their rhetoric is fine and continues to be fine.
Correct.
And they can say whatever they want.
And it's your problem.
But, I mean, we've been down this road so many times, and the left is continually accusing the right
forever
of extremist rhetoric, to the point where, during Sarah Palin, when she said that she was targeting that district, I mean, that was extremism, supposedly.
Right.
She's talking about targeting somebody for an election,
right?
And they made it out as if, and they've gone so far beyond that.
They
now.
sure have, and they can't help. I mean, it really is the the hatred of Trump, and Charlie was right there side by side with Trump for the walk. I listened to that Dingleberry Pritzker from Illinois yesterday, and I don't know if we have the clip, but he
22.
Play it, because the first 30, if he would have stopped at, I don't know, 34 seconds or whatever, where he says it needs to stop.
Yeah,
that would have been nice. I would have been, well, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
But that can't happen with these people.
No. Here he is.
My sympathy to Charlie Kirk's family and to Charlie Kirk, who obviously has, become a target for somebody. I don't know whether it's political violence, because I don't know who did it. I know they seem to have somebody in custody. Okay. But I will say that political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And I would just say it's got a president that was targeted. I think there are people who are fomenting it in this country. I think the president's rhetoric often foments it. We've seen the January 6th rioters who clearly, have tripped.
I can't.
I mean, he's agonizing.
So he took that opportunity just to blame the right.
Correct. Yeah. If he would have
left it alone,
it has to stop.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We're done.
Fine.
Walk away.
I mean, it wasn't great, but that's acceptable.
No, I know, but
yeah,
but he can't.
For him,
he can.
For him, that would have been awesome.
Right, because his faux sympathy was merely a boat ramp to get him to criticize the right.
Yeah.
And we don't know this shooter. I don't know if we'll ever catch this shooter. We don't know who this person was. But one thing that is accurate, regardless of who the shooter is that the left's rhetoric in this country and the calling everyone that you disagree with a racist, Hitler, Nazi, doxing them.
They're ending
telling
democracy.
people where they live.
Taking away rights.
Absolutely. I mean, hate animates the
Terrible
left.
people.
Sure.
We've been called everything. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And it's absolutely horrific to see someone like a J.B. Pritzker, and oh my gosh, do we have clips and posts that we can get to. This is spiritual warfare. There is evil among us, and it animates so many people in this country now. And it's absolutely horrific that a father and a husband was taken away from his family, all because of the fact that he speaks freely.
Right, because he has a different opinion than you do. Just it's so tragic,
gut-wrenching, man.
Let's go to Easton in Utah. Hey, Easton, you're on the Blaze. Welcome.
Hey. Sorry, I was down the road at BYU at a construction site, and I was planning on going, and sorry, I'm a little out of it.
Yeah, understandable.
I wish I could say it was a good morning, but he was just such a good guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So you were just down the road doing construction at BYU?
Construction. Yeah.
Wow.
And I found out because I was planning on going down there to see if I could still make it, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, appreciate the call. Thanks, Easton. Yeah. When it hits home like that, my youngest son, who lives in Utah, like 20 minutes away, was just devastated by it as well. Big Charlie Kirk fan. And when it happens close to home like that, it somehow is even more impactful. It's interesting, too, because Charlie warned back in April about violence on the left spreading. Assassination culture is spreading on the left. 48% of liberals, he brought up, say it would be at least somewhat justified to murder Elon Musk. 55% said the same about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
55%? Wow. In California, activists were naming ballot measures after Luigi Mangione, the assassin of the UHC healthcare CEO. So, this, as J.B. Pritzker said, this has to stop.
Yes.
Now, he used that just as a vehicle to attack the right, but it has to stop on all sides. The violence is absolutely unacceptable. But with your thoughts, 888-900-3393. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Triple 8-900-3393 with your thoughts and feelings today. I got some tweets here. Bunter Hayden tweets. So have they come out with the shooter was a registered Republican yet? Not that I've seen.
No, they have not.
I expect it anytime. No buildings are burning from rhino season. No buildings are burning. No stores being looted. This is how we peacefully protest. And from Furion Energy. I'm not sure what people like me who warned this was coming are expected to say. Told you? Doesn't seem correct.
No, it doesn't.
True. Let's be calm and pretend like this isn't the first of many to come. Also doesn't seem correct. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
We're on the heels of the stabbing, death. We're on the heels of. We've got the one of the Trump would-be assassins on trial, which is kind of a clown show.
Yesterday,
kind of a clown show. Well, they've been picking the jury, and he's representing himself, so it's kind of a clown show, but it's still happening. I mean, it's you mentioned the United Healthcare CEO being gunned down in the street, and there's many more examples of violence that seems to be taking over. And my gosh, it legitimately has to stop. It's not legitimately. I don't. Is it going to because we say it should stop? I hope so.
It would be nice if it was that easy. Mike Johnson commented on Charlie Kirk being shot yesterday. The Speaker of the House. Here's what he had to say.
We just want to make a brief statement here, and I'm going to go and ask my colleagues to join me in a moment of silence for our dear friend Charlie Kirk. We ask everyone to pray for him and his family. I'm just going to state the obvious here. This is detestable, what's happened. Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are. It violates the core principles of our country, our Judeo-Christian heritage, our civil society, our American way of life, and it must stop. We need every political figure, we need everyone who has a platform to say this loudly and clearly. We can settle disagreements and disputes in a civil manner, and political violence must be called out, and it has to stop. Again, we ask for prayer. I'm going to go lead the chamber here in a moment of silence, and we hope for the best for Charlie. Thank you.
And then he went into the chamber and did just that. Here's that moment of silence. Cut 5. Shh.
What's happening there?
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
Are they having a problem with?
Yeah, so
the moment of silence.
It was reported that they were having a problem with the verbal prayer that they were going to have.
Yeah, so Bolbert yells, "Can someone lead us in a prayer out loud?" The left says, "No."
Really?
Yes.
Because they were silent.
They were silent
when he originally said, "Let's have a moment of silence." They were silent for 40 some seconds.
Yes, and that's when Bolbert speaks out.
Prayer right after this, okay?
She speaks out and says, "Can we have someone lead us in prayer out loud?" And the left goes, "No."
Yeah, it was the verbal prayer that they didn't want.
Man.
Why?
I don't know.
understand.
They pray all the time.
And that's what
on the House floor.
Yes.
Now you can't pray because somebody was senselessly murdered? Wow. If we can't even agree on that.
I just don't understand.
Can't share a country with these people.
It's just, that's insanity.
Holy hell, man.
Wow.
And sadly, that's the way they feel.
Well, it is. Exactly. I mean, has anybody forgotten about the convention where they shouted down God, voted against, including God, was it three times at the Democrat convention? So there's a problem. There's an issue. And as Charlie said, there shouldn't be, because there's nothing unconstitutional about prayer. And that includes prayer on government grounds. We do it all the time. The Supreme Court did it. They held church services at the Supreme Court up till Andrew Jackson in the 1820s. It's madness. Again, as Charlie pointed out, as we've pointed out many, many times for decades now, the only thing that the Constitution points out is the freedom to worship, and that Congress will never establish a law that makes a church, a state religion that everybody must abide by, because that's what they had in Britain. So that's what they feared. They weren't trying to protect the government from religion. They were protecting religion from the government. Big difference there. And there was never any sort of separation of church and state included in the U.S. Constitution. So there's not a problem with praying in school, praying in Congress, praying on government property. You can do all of those things constitutionally. So I don't know. I mean, I do know. They have adopted the separation of church and state as if it is the only constitutional requirement. Really, that's the only one they care about. That and their so-called abortion rights that they thought were constitutional but have never been.
Yeah.
It's difficult. This makes it really hard to come together. If you can't agree on certain very basic values and principles, I don't know what you do, really, to come together. This Chuck Schumer thing, is this from yesterday or is this a while ago?
No.
This is
this is just a sampling of some of the rhetoric that you hear on the left side of the aisle from elected officials. This is back during a Supreme Court thing, maybe Kavanaugh, I forget. But it's just this kind of tone. And then for them to act shocked when something like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
What the hell does that even mean?
You won't know what hit you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Senior senator from.
We could play.
You could put any kind of
you've
clip
got
in
Joe
there.
Biden up there
Yeah.
speaking his red speech there in Pennsylvania.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
I mean, told us all how bad we were.
When he was speaking directly from hell?
Yes,
That
yes,
speech? Yeah.
yes.
It looked like,
Yeah, it did look
And
that
they
way.
all posted their posts on social media how sad they were, and they were praying for the family. Which I thought, okay, I mean that's all good and well, but you're the ones that have been preaching this hatred for a long freaking time.
Yeah, and what's clip 18, Chris? Because, I mean, this could have been an evergreen clip. MSNBC says something incredibly stupid. Is this something related to the Charlie Kirk murder?
It sure is. This is what when they went to the shooting, this is what happened.
I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
What?
Holy crap.
So, Pat, do you remember?
A shooter.
A shooter.
Yeah.
Shooting his gun off in celebration.
Yeah, it was a supporter. Charlie's here.
We don't know that.
These people are so...
Because that happens all the time.
All the time.
Where conservatives just fire weapons up into the air.
We're so happy about something. Somebody showed up. We can just shoot our guns into the air.
What are you talking about?
Believable.
That's unreal.
Is that the guy who was he fired?
I don't know if that was him or not. No, I don't think so. The guy that was...
Because I heard somebody was fired yesterday for something they said.
Yes.
Do we have that? Oh, is this the one? Is this clip 21? Because I know it's Matthew Dowd who got fired. Was
Correct.
it for clip 21 here?
Yes.
Okay. Here's Matthew Dowd.
But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing
in what way?
this
Give me an
sort of
example.
hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
Wow.
Boy, that's deep in MSNBC. Good job.
Wow.
So he's gone.
He was on for quite a long time too. That was just a small piece of all his babblings.
And it looks like we have a trifecta of MSNBC clips.
I think MSNBC was not on their game yesterday.
Yeah.
Because
yesterday, right?
Yesterday,
Clip
yes.
19.
19.
Okay.
Yep.
As we were just talking about a moment ago with Alan, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
Wow.
I must admit, I'm at a loss to guess as to what happens next.
Are you? Well, for sure we know that our president said to lower the flags at half-staff for Charlie. Is that something horrific?
That's horrific.
That happened from it?
That's horrific. Clip 17, yeah. Oh, gosh. I hope his family gets that flag.
Yeah. I could see the president making sure that happens.
I'm sure he's making sure they have everything that they need or want right now.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. Just despicable on the left. Just despicable. I love the firing the guns in the air, though, in celebration.
Oh, we do that all the time.
We do that all the time.
Pat. That is something.
You know we do that every time.
Holy cow.
Like we come to work like, guess we're at work.
The thing is that those takes are for real from them.
Yeah, right. It's not satire.
It's not. We're not.
It's real.
I mean, it's something that we would say joking around.
Yes.
But they're real.
Yeah. We talked about that yesterday. That's why comedy is so difficult right now, because anything you can think of that satirizes a situation is actually happening in real life.
Time.
So
it's incredible.
Unbelievable. All right. Let me tell you about Beam Dream Powder. If there's something we can all agree on, it's hard work, self-reliance, and showing up for the people who count on us. But it's really hard to do that when you can't sleep and you wake up 100 times during the night and you're groggy all day long because you didn't get sleep. That's when I turn to Beam's Dream Powder. It's proudly founded in America. It's run by people who share our values: hard work, integrity, delivering results. And it's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients that help improve sleep, so you can wake up refreshed and ready for the day. Dream changed everything for me. It can do the same thing for you. And they have delicious flavors, like 15 calories. You don't have to feel guilty about it. It tastes great, gets you to sleep, helps you stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. It's made with that powerful blend of all natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. And it's designed to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling great. Unlike other sleep aids, there's no next day grogginess, just grateful, restful sleep. And it really does taste great. Simple, effective. Put Beam's Dream Powder to the test. On the first night, it'll be lights out in minutes, no 3 a.m. pacing, no 6 in the morning fog. A full weekend, and the difference will be obvious to you. Sharper focus at work, more patience at home. Here's the deal. Beam is giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount of up to 40% off. You can try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/Pat. Promo code Pat for up to 40% off. Sleep better, wake up stronger, and show up ready for your family, your work, and your country. Because when you're well-rested, you're unstoppable. And this country needs more people like that.
Gray, Unleashed.
So it wasn't just MSNBC yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
CNN on Charlie Kirk being controversial, got 20.
He's also a controversial figure at times. He goes into these various college campuses, pushes conservative issues, gets into heated back and forth often with these students on these college campuses. But of course, none of that is violent.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that disclaimer at the end. None of that is violent. Right. It's words.
And heated?
I've never seen him get super angry with anybody, start yelling at anybody.
No, people to him. People to him.
Yeah, they could be heated.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
I've never seen him heated.
Okay, so here's a perfect example. Here's Charlie Kirk, clip 9, explaining why he debates at universities.
Mm-hmm.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what
is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
I've never seen someone do this.
Well, it's a growing trend because people like me are facing violence, assaults, the left. Yes, the campus Antifa. I've been stormed out of restaurants. I've been assaulted publicly, multiple death threats.
Okay, so what's your goal in all this?
There's more people that agree with me than some people would actually believe, and they come out of the woodwork when I do stuff like this. We record all of it so that we put on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity.
So you guys see, he got heated.
I'm going to love him even more.
He got heated right there.
Yeah, right. That's heated. That's controversial. That's just the way you should be doing it, right?
Yes.
Just a calm discussion with somebody. Changed a lot of minds of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of young people.
Yeah.
Who could really relate to him and the things he was saying and the way in which he presented his message. I mean, he invited people to try to change his mind. And I think instead, he changed theirs in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm looking at the title of these clips. I think the most devastating thing is going to be this clip 7, where he's talking about spending time with his family. Oh, no.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace.
Just adorable little ones.
Stumbled into that.
Yeah.
Man,
wow.
I'm so sorry.
All right. 888-900-3393 with your thoughts. Also, it is 9/11. Got a commemoration to share with that coming up in just a few minutes. That's another.
Right.
Another, those feelings still haven't completely healed.
No,
and it's 24 years down the road now. You believe next year will be the quarter of century since 9/11/2001. Wow. Hard to believe. All right. 888-900-3393.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
With some tweets. Pickled Squirrel tweets, my oldest daughter is a theater major. Of course, many on her campus celebrated. But there were more people saying, don't be a jerk. A guy died. You can still be human and disagree with what he believed. That's so true. Paige tweets, Charlie's death is doing two things for my generation. It's emboldening those of us who are Christian conservatives to speak up like Charlie did, while also exposing the sick liberals who are celebrating. From Caffeinated Texan, the phrase, put the full armor of God, has a new meaning starting now. The enemy has no boundaries. We must be prepared. And Skeptical Skeptic, does the left think we're all Yosemite Sam? Yeah, firing guns in the air. Yeah. Really something. And also, again, it is 9/11. We're 24 years now down the road from that tragic event.
Wow.
Just incredible, isn't it?
It sure is. It sure is. It does not seem.
I mean, so many people in this generation, Gen Z, weren't even born yet when that happened.
I mean, many people at the Charlie Kirk event.
Yeah, right.
They weren't born then.
Probably most of them,
just
being college students. And what did he have there? 3,000, I think I read. 3,000 people were there.
I know. I heard the number 7,000 at one point too. Maybe that was just the people who had signed up to come. That doesn't mean they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a commemoration that was done by one of the NBC affiliates, NBC in New York. This was done 4 years ago for 9/11, 20 years down the road.
Right.
Well, as we stand 31 stories above the 9/11 memorial in this hallowed ground, we think back to that day 20 years ago that the city and our world changed forever. And of course, it is a day that we'll never forget. But the timeline of that morning, all these years later, might be a bit of a blur to you now.
It was a terror attack that left the Twin Towers in rubble and the Pentagon on fire. And News 4 anchor Chuck Scarborough reported on all of to really walk us through that morning. Chuck.
Natalie, September 11th, Tuesday, 2001, was a crystal clear day, very much like this one. A perfect day for flying and a perfect day for 19 al-Qaeda jihadis to perpetrate the most devastating attack on American soil in the country's history, turning airliners filled with unsuspecting men, women, and children into missiles that would claim 2,977 lives.
Nice and comfortable, clear sky out there, sky brightening, brilliant looking Tuesday.
Thousands of New York City voters are expected to cast their ballots today in the primaries.
It's 6 a.m., and voters are trickling in to cast their ballots in a crowded and heated Democratic mayoral primary.
It's a good time to get out to the polls and vote.
A stop on the way to work for many New Yorkers in lower Manhattan. 300 miles away, hijackers Mohammed Atta and Abdulaziz Al-Amari have cleared security at Portland International Airport in Maine. 17 other hijackers will pass through Logan, Newark, and Dulles airports over the next 90 minutes. Atta and Al-Amari take a short commuter flight to Boston, where they board American Airlines Flight 11. The flight takes off for Los Angeles with 5 hijackers on board. United Airlines Flight 175, also bound for Los Angeles, is airborne roughly 15 minutes later. Moments later, a flight attendant on board Flight 11 makes an alarming call to her airline.
I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked. We can't get the cockpit. The door won't open.
During the call, hijacker Mohammed Atta is heard trying to calm the passengers. He will kill 22 minutes later.
Stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport.
Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City.
At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashes into One World Trade Center, instantly killing hundreds and trapping hundreds more above the 91st floor.
We looked up and there was a plane. Next thing you know, we heard boom. We ran up to the corner and hit right into the World Trade Center.
It was a big ball of fire that just went up.
Lieutenant Dowd reports that there was a fire at the World Trade Center, and that's the area where we lost the airplane.
Port Authority police ordered the evacuation of both towers as first responders from every corner of the city rushed to lower Manhattan. Calls pour in from people trapped above the 91st floor.
You said you got 100 people where? 106th floor. You guys trapped in there? Can't get to the stairway. Can't get to the elevators.
By now, passengers on United 175 know they're under attack.
Jules, this is Ryan. Lives on an airplane that's been hijacked. If things don't go well, and it's not looking good, I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So happy to time. Same to my parents and everybody. I know. And I just totally love you. And I'll really
heartbreaking.
Is he descending to the building also? He's descending really quick too, yeah. Another one just hit the building. Wow. Another one hit it hard. Another one just hit the World Trade.
At 9:03 a.m., United 175 strikes the south tower of the World Trade Center.
Oh, you can see that we've just had another explosion. Both of them now appear to be on fire.
Oh, another one just hit. I've never seen any. It looks like a movie. I saw a large plane, like a jet, go immediately headed directly into the World Trade Center. It just flew into it.
All that we know right now is that 2 airplanes struck the 2 large towers of the World Trade Center.
President George Bush is told of the second crash while visiting with children at an elementary school in Sarasota, Florida.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. Terrorism against our nation will not stand.
In Washington, Vice President Cheney and other officials are evacuated to the Presidential Emergency Operations Center under the White House. 1 minute later, American Airlines Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon.
You are looking at live pictures of what appears to be an attack on the Pentagon.
But it's too late for the passengers and crew on board Flight 93. By now, the attack on America was playing out on live TV for everyone to see. Passengers trade phone calls and messages with loved ones who tell them about the crashes at the World Trade Center and the Pentagon.
Mark, this is your mom. It's 10:54 a.m. The news is that it's been hijacked by terrorists. They are planning to probably use the plane as a target to hit some site on the ground. So if you possibly can, try to overpower these guys.
At 9:59, as the passengers on Flight 93 formulate a plan to seize control from the hijackers, the South Tower collapses.
We're not sure exactly what happened, but it was another explosion on the far side of one of the buildings from where we're standing.
4 minutes later, Flight 93 crashes into a field near the town of Shanksville, Pennsylvania, after passengers and crew members heroically storm the cockpit, preventing a second attack on the nation's capital. Then, at 10:28, 9/11's final catastrophe. 1 hour and 42 minutes after the first plane struck the World Trade Center, the North Tower collapses.
That's World Trade Center 2 has just collapsed. They're gone. The World Trade Center is no more.
Natalie and Adam, the terrible events of that morning took less than 2 hours. And here we are 2 decades later with the shock waves from that day still rippling through our lives. In fact, around here, we've seen a number of American Airlines crews around the memorial here depositing wreaths on this day before the 20th anniversary.
Wow.
Wow. That brings back all those memories. Boy,
Sure
I'll tell you
does.
that. They just come flooding back in.
And it feels the same.
It sure does.
As it did then.
And I was listening this morning to an interview with the guy who, forgive me, I can't remember his name, the Tunnel to Towers founder. And we're still losing people that were rescuers from 9/11. At the
from
towers.
cancers and things. Yeah.
Very sad.
I suppose that'll be true for a long time to come. Keith and I were doing the same thing 24 years ago as we're doing right now. We were on the air in Houston, Texas, and watched this unfold.
Yeah, I mean, the first AP report that came across the wire on the computer said a small plane, possibly a Cessna,
That's
has
right.
crashed into the
Never
World
forget
Trade Center.
that.
And you'll recall that, I don't know, a week or two, maybe a month before that, someone with a parachute had got tangled up with the Statue of Liberty. And so the thought was, all right, some other goofball. You know?
Yeah,
right.
Wasn't
That was the original thought.
And wasn't there was also like one of the baseball players had crashed a plane in a building somewhere in New York around that time.
Yes,
too,
and
right?
I don't know if it was before or
I can't
after,
remember
but
either.
there were small planes that had hit buildings.
And the kid in Tampa, we had the Zit Cream kid in Tampa fly into a building.
Right.
Yes.
So you didn't know? Was it just an accident?
Right. At first,
but then it came out that it was a major passenger plane.
I mean, I remember we were doing afternoons at the time in Tampa with Glenn, and it was, I hear Amber in the other room going, "You need to come in here."
Yeah.
I mean, it's morning time. I mean, we're doing afternoons. You need to come in here. And then obviously,
and once the second plane hit, you knew what was going on.
We absolutely know what's going on, and we're headed to the station. Absolutely.
And we really thought that would profoundly change America and bring us together, and it did for about
13 days. It was 13 days,
maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah,
maybe
that's when Tom Daschle was really pressing George Bush, do something.
Yep.
So there you go.
And he did something.
Yeah, he did.
We went into Afghanistan. And then we went into Iraq, and what changed in the Middle East?
He told us that they would hear from us very soon.
And they did. They did. And, I'm sure removing the Taliban at first was a good thing. But who's in power now in Afghanistan again?
Yeah, and who is getting surveilled at every turn by their own government?
Yeah.
That would be us.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fair statement if you analyze the 24 years since 9/11/01. I think the question...
Are we safer?
No. The question, did the terrorists win? Boy, I think you could say yes, and you'd have plenty of evidence if you said that. Oh, you disagree? Okay, so we're neutral on who's running Afghanistan, yet they have our weapons, our
no,
blood,
that didn't go well.
Our blood and our treasure. We're being surveilled by our government in all sorts of ways
Yeah. And they're certainly making an effort on the Islamic side to bring Sharia law into various enclaves in the United States and thus change us from within.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we're at each other's throats. We're not
because
united.
we felt bad. We felt bad of that. Maybe we shouldn't have done all that. So we've allowed them come in, on into the country.
So I'll ask the question
America.
again: did the terrorists win?
I don't know. I'm not willing to grant them victory. I think the fight is ongoing.
No, I think our government just conceded so much and turned the apparatus on us as opposed to the bad guys. So maybe you don't word it that the terrorists won, but you word it that our government forced us, the American citizens, to be the loser in this.
Yeah. And I mean, it set the stage for things like the mandates during COVID. It set the stage for shutting down America during a time of emergency. It did set that stage. And, we put up with that for a while. But we fought back, too. And we're still fighting back against that.
Yeah,
They haven't given up that fight.
Yeah, I don't know that they've won yet.
Yeah, I would not grant them that. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter with your thoughts today. If you want to drop some extra pounds, boost your energy level, reduce swelling in your legs and feet even, you're going to love these two American-made health supplements. First up is Liver Health Formula. Because fat deposits in the liver can pile on the pounds and make you feel tired, there is Liver Health Formula. That helps reduce those fat deposits with nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. In a customer survey, 60% reported better weight management, 87% reported more energy. Then we have lymph system support. Its natural ingredients help gently flush extra fluid and toxins out of your body, which can reduce swelling in your legs and feet. And right now, for a limited time, you can save 35% on Liver Health Formula and lymph system support. And really, all 45-plus health supplements from Pure Health Research. So just go to purehealthresearch.com. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. That's purehealthresearch.com. Use the promo code PAT and save 35% today.
Subscribe to Pat Gray Unleashed on Apple Music and Spotify. Pat Gray Unleashed.
These are some tough tweets to read. But we just played the retrospective on 9/11 from the NBC affiliate in New York. You can't help but notice some things that have gone amiss since, including what happened yesterday to Charlie Kirk. Rowdy Introvert tweets, Charlie Kirk was the antithesis to the campus echo chamber. Opponents would speak their viewpoint, and instead of it being blindly amplified, he would respond with truth, reason, and respect.
Yeah.
That's why they hated him.
Yes.
Yep.
Sarah Barra, never forget. Except we did. And they've now infiltrated our Congress. Not to mention, look what's happening in Michigan and Texas. Never forget I'm going to say anus here. But she didn't use that exact word. New Bomb Turk tweets 24 years later. I love this. New York is about to elect the ideology that carried out those terror attacks as its next mayor.
Right.
We got the Islamunist who's just about to be elected there.
Right.
That's incredible.
Never forget.
Wow. Gen X kid, had 9/11 happened today, I can imagine we'd see a plethora of TikTok videos with Democrats celebrating the attack and blaming Trump for it. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, it is.
Gosh, so sad what has become of us. Really, really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and the liberal reaction on Twitter yesterday let's start putting up some of these just heinous reactions.
You don't want to see what's happening over on Blue Sky, I'll tell you that.
I almost went to Blue Sky yesterday, and I thought, you know what? And this isn't an exaggeration. I'd rather sort trash than go to Blue. That's exactly the thought I had. Because we just cleaned out the garage, and we had, yeah, right. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sort this trash now instead of going to Blue Sky. Exactly right. But let's see some of these. Can you put these up, please? Look at this guy. Who's this guy? Carlito, whatever the hell your name is.
Wow. Charlie, okay, jeez.
Yep.
I'm not even going to read it.
Yeah.
That's
just given a lesson.
despicable. It's despicable.
And look at him, LMAO. Charlie Kirk got shot.
And there was more.
I guess you reap what you sow, Charlie. Look at this.
Wow.
What else? Wasn't going to drink tonight, but Charlie Kirk got shot, so I'll be taking shots in celebration. These people are heinous. They're evil. And what is this thing about some witches or something?
Yeah, the witches, they casted a curse on Charlie Kirk, if you believe in that stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable. Just really unbelievable. I can't think of an example, and maybe there are some, but when anybody on the left has died like this, people we don't necessarily like.
We don't celebrate.
Does the right celebrate in that manner?
Absolutely
Because
not.
I don't think
And
so.
we'd call them out if they did.
I mean, am I naive? I never see it. And we certainly don't celebrate people's death.
No.
We didn't do it with Ted Kennedy. We didn't do it with what's her face, the Supreme Court justice that we couldn't
and we
stand.
certainly didn't do it with George Floyd, although that was highly.
That
was a bunch of
suspect.
Full of lies. Yes, and absolutely, which we said from the very beginning. It wasn't good enough, though, because it's never good enough.
I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a nightmare on the Supreme Court. Didn't celebrate her death.
Nobody celebrated her death.
When Joe Biden announced that he had cancer, we certainly didn't celebrate that. I don't celebrate the fact that he has dementia. We noticed it and we highlighted it, but we're not happy about it.
In front of us.
Jeez. That was a difference because he's still alive and he's president of the United States while he has dementia. So that had to be talked about.
Yes.
But celebrating people's death, especially in a heinous, violent way like this,
no matter how they died.
Right.
We're not celebrating.
Good.
Sorry.
And if you guys thought Blue Sky was bad, check this. TikTok was on fire celebrating his death. Like everybody was just celebrating his death.
Oh my gosh.
It's just
despicable. It's really despicable.
I just don't understand it.
Wow. Look at this. Again, we said it yesterday. It's a death cult. It's a stinking.
I mean, that's the base of the
death
Democrat
cult.
Party right there. Those tweets, those TikTok videos, this is who they cater to. This is who they message to.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. This is a manifestation of the messaging from the Democrat Party. So while we are all shocked at how these demons are running among us, this is just the end result. This is the voter that the Democrat messaging is trying to reach.
I mean, I love the way you put down Harry Sisson last night on X, Pat, because I know Harry had posted, which was, he's trying to be nice, but he was stop sharing that effing video of Charlie Kirk. It's horrific. His family doesn't deserve that. Just a total loss for words. And I loved how you shut him down because at one point, Harry had posted on X, Charlie Kirk is a sick, racist piece of trash. Just put him in the Klan hood already, Charlie. And you so geniusly pointed out that, is this you, Harry, saying that? So, I mean, there are even the ones that at least are trying to be nice now, they haven't been.
Right.
They're the ones that have been stoking the fires.
Yes. And that's the thing. They have stoked these fires.
Yes.
There's no question of that. With the Nazi, the racist, the Hitler stuff, over and over and over. We're destroying democracy. He's anti-trans. You're not anti-trans just because you won't support every single thing they want us to support.
Right.
Just because we won't play that game doesn't make us anti-trans.
I'm not anti-trans.
We're
I just don't want you
pro-reality.
Thank you.
Man. The homophobia. No, we're not afraid of homosexuals. We're sick of the agenda. The agenda by the extremists in that movement has to be noticed and fought against.
Yes.
So that's what is happening
is to
here.
Point it out.
Yeah,
and
that's what he was doing.
Out, which is showing what you're actually doing and saying. That's not hatred. And you're the ones doing it and saying it.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because we saw how the left is reacting. And here's a guy that I found. His name is Eli. And this is his reaction to the death of Charlie Kirk.
If Charlie Kirk is dead right now, I am 100% radicalized. Let me know where I turn myself in. I'm 100% radicalized if he's dead right now. And the people that were involved in his murder and that are rejoicing in it just did the opposite effect of what they intended. Because now tens of millions of, yes, highly intelligent and capable men like me are now fully radicalized. You've awoken the beast, okay? So you want to see what happens next? Charlie Kirk didn't represent racism. He literally represented the highest order of moral ideals and values. And he literally loved everyone. It was out of love he tells you what's wrong with your positions and your views on life and your behaviors.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. So was that cut 23? Is that what that was? We have the president who spoke about Charlie Kirk for about 4 minutes last night in a really nice tribute. We'll get to that in a minute.
He had accidentally let us know that Charlie was actually had passed away. When they asked him, at one point they asked him if he'd heard the news about Charlie Kirk. Yes. Have you heard any news on how he's doing? He said it's not good. He was a good guy. Was his answer, and that was not too long before they announced that he had died. So he already knew then. I'm sure he did. He did. That minor. He was a good guy.
He was a big part of the Trump campaign.
He certainly was. Yeah.
He became a really youthful advisor during that time.
He helped get him elected.
He did. 888-900-3393. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We were just talking about Charlie Kirk's efforts on behalf of President Trump. And he was integral.
Absolutely.
Into winning the young vote for President Trump.
And
really important.
And President Trump knew it.
Yes, and appreciates it very much.
Absolutely.
But here was Charlie Kirk's reaction to President Trump's victory.
Fox News decides Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks.
Let's go.
There it is.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment, you said it's time to actually participate. And look what you guys have done.
And if anyone deserves to get tears in his eyes, it's Charlie. I think we all agree. I think Erica was chopping some onions or something in the break room. No one has worked harder than Charlie for this.
We gotta hear some words here from you, Charlie. You put all this together, my man. Let's hear it.
I am just humbled by God.
It's all God. It's all God. God alone. God alone.
That's all I can say.
Decision desk has it. Pennsylvania.
It's done.
It's beginning.
That's great. And it's interesting because, like us, he was unsure about Trump in the beginning, as were we. And we were won over by his first term.
Yeah.
And by the term of Joe stinking Biden.
No kidding.
So that just solidified everything. And, most of what he's done has been great. And we've talked about the things that haven't been, but, I can't imagine what would have happened had he not won this election.
I
can't imagine.
On a day like today where we're remembering Charlie Kirk and the 9/11 anniversary, I'm glad we don't have any clips of her, but I'm reminded of how lucky we are that Kamala Harris was not elected.
Blessed that she was not elected.
I mean, holy cow. What
absolutely
a nightmare.
blessed.
I've been listening to clips from her, and she's got her new book out.
Mm-hmm.
She's just
agonizing.
Dumb as a box of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Let's just go with agonizing.
Yeah. Let's do. But President Trump appreciated, I think, all of Charlie Kirk's efforts, understood how important he was to his victory and toward changing hearts and minds, especially of youth. And last night talked about Charlie Kirk and his death.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate.
Yep.
His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Wow.
Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that Charlie Kirk could have ended up in that Oval Office someday, and I don't know that that's much of a stretch.
Interestingly, he wasn't even old enough to run.
Right.
For president. It's not something. It's incredible. But there were rumors that he was preparing a run of some kind for some office.
That. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I think he's from Arizona, right? Isn't that where
I think
TPUSA is headquartered?
Yeah.
Seems to me they were talking about a Senate run.
I mean, he would have been a great senator.
Oh man, he really would have.
But
really would have.
I mean, he had TPUSA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which was huge.
Yeah,
I mean he built that into a massive organization,
absolutely. And he's got it's a machine now, but it still has its head. But I mean, it's still he's the guy,
right?
He's the guy, and they all know that.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that they all believe that it's God, and it is, but he was
an important part of it.
Absolutely,
Charlie is from Chicago. Headquarters is in Arizona.
Yeah, headquarters.
Okay,
is,
yeah, that's his home. Yeah,
but I think they were considering him for office there.
He would have been great.
Would have been great. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Was the TMZ staff laughing about his death?
So I don't know if you guys know this. TMZ goes live before they do their show, and they're talking about, hey, here's what
I did not know that. They go live?
They go live on a stream before the show airs, right? So this is what's happening. The main guy's getting updates about what happened to Charlie, and he's kind of like giving the update. And then in the background, you hear cheering as soon as it is heard that Charlie has passed away. So here's that incident.
If he's still on the loose because they want to find him. So I would think that that's one of the main reasons they're holding this news conference. So my guess is we're going to see an image of this guy possibly in the next 20 minutes. The news conference is scheduled for 3 o'clock in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern.
You hear the cheering going on in the background.
Go to
my gosh.
Have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
All right, so is this ready to pull the trigger? We can get Trump cut in a second.
What did Trump say?
Wow.
So
now, what do they claim? They claim that was from a car chase.
Here it is. This is right after everybody gave him heat about it. This is their apology, saying what really happened behind the scenes.
Sure.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy. When something happened in our office, as we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase. And they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And
at a car chase.
We want to make a couple of things clear. One is
make it clear
that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not.
What an amazing coincidence.
If they did.
And that being said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing. And for that, we are sorry.
We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that.
And I get why, if you're watching the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about.
Yeah, and we still do.
It was not about that.
Okay.
Boy, I bet you Harvey was
horrible
pissed.
Timing.
Oh
And
my
by
gosh.
the way, I get it too, and he
Horrible.
gets it.
You get
because
it.
We
Good, you
listened
should.
as we were talking.
You're
can go back and look
okay,
on the
I've heard
stream.
enough.
Yeah. Harvey's
you're
built-
telling me you were cheering a car chase. Come on now.
I forget the guy's name that was with Harvey there. He's the second in command, really, of the show stuff. But that's a good excuse.
A car chase? That doesn't make any sense. What part of the car chase are you cheering?
When he crashes, when they catch him. Wow.
Do you buy it? I don't buy it.
No, but I'm just saying.
And that's why I brought it up, because I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
I don't
Not for a
buy that
second.
one bit.
No.
It's too.
I mean, what's he going to say?
Right. That's what I mean.
That's a great excuse.
Yes.
Yeah, they were watching something else at the time.
And I would not be surprised if he actually ripped them a new one.
Yeah.
Oh well, yes, absolutely.
But he's trying to obviously cover his own butt. But do I believe it? No.
But the thing too is like everybody knows this is the normal thing for TMZ. The staff knows that they go live.
Well, that's what I mean.
And
it's just, if you play it back again, I mean that timing is too
perfect because
too perfect.
It's too
way
perfect.
too perfect.
Yes.
You go from that cheering to handing the note to coming out there.
It just came out that he died,
and I'm
seconds before when they were cheering.
Correct.
What an amazing coincidence!
So I'm trying to figure out.
Have we?
My
Have we looked
gosh.
if there actually was a car chase?
Yeah, there's conflicting reports.
Despicable.
Some people reporting that there was a car chase going on.
And where was it? In Los Angeles?
In LA, yeah.
And then a lot of people reporting there was no car chase. So I'm still trying to figure that out.
I will say,
but
I
let's just say
usually
that
see
there
the
was.
live
It shouldn't be tough to find out whether or not there was a broadcasted car chase at the exact same time in Los Angeles.
But let's just say that there was.
Yeah.
How do you react? I feel like the
cheering.
reaction would be more like, oh my gosh,
yes,
look
not
at this.
cheering.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Why are you cheering a car chase? At what point?
There's nothing to cheer.
There's nothing
when
to
he
cheer.
crashes, when he gets caught.
When he
but you don't
crashes,
cheer.
you're cheering they crashed?
And
Usually it's horrific
and
when that
your
happens.
TMZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
This should be your primary focus for all news coverage right now should be Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can worry about your car chase stuff later.
Later.
Stop it. That's not believable.
It's
I don't
not
think
at
so.
all.
I don't know about
It
that.
does not
Okay.
pass the smell test.
That's a lot of people devoted to a freaking car chase.
No
What
kidding.
happened back there?
I
Yeah,
know
no
that.
kidding.
I know that, but that's a big. They cover a lot of things.
Okay.
They do.
And they do cover car chases.
And they cover
But
a lot of things.
I've never seen
I
anybody
don't buy
celebrating car chases like that.
I don't buy it, but I'm just saying they
No,
do
I don't
cover an overwhelming amount of things.
No, that's garbage. That's garbage. All right. Let me do this. Let me do this, Kexi. Yeah.
Something that isn't garbage.
Yeah, this is
That is not garbage. Is that the new one?
Is this the new one?
The new cookie?
Well, it's a new cookie. Yes, it is
that's not-
this is the churro toffee.
Yes.
okay.
And I just got this suggestion from Pathead Detroit Shuffle 20.
Okay.
Break open a Kexi cookie during the commercial and show the inside.
Well, first of all, let me say.
All right, so I've been challenged.
Break it open.
He's not your
Threw
trained
it
monkey,
down.
but apparently
But
you are.
apparently I am.
Yeah. Okay, so you break
but
it open.
Here's the cookie
Oh,
itself.
look at that.
Look at how big they are. They're huge.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a dessert meal, is what it's like.
Oh, well, let's not get carried away.
Well, not for Jeffy, obviously. But let's look at the inside there. Oh,
Look at that.
Turn toward the other camera.
Oh,
Turn toward
that's
that other-
delicious.
That one there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, right there. Right there. Right there.
Right there. Right there.
Look at what's in there.
Look at that.
Is that the churros
See,
or the chocolate?
the churro and the chocolate and
Yummy
the chips in there.
goodness.
Oh my gosh, so delicious. The thing is, unlike Crumble, which I don't want to disparage Crumble because they're huge. They're worth $1 billion or something now. But their cookies are all the same inside.
The cookie base is the same.
They
yes.
just changed the frosting on the top. These are individual, and they're unique and they're separate. And it's not just a frosting on the top. Although we every once in a while, like in the winter, because we have a different model than Crumble does. We send our cookies places, so the frosting on top doesn't work well in the summer.
It does not travel.
Because that doesn't travel well. So we're kind of forced into making delicious cookies and different cookies inside. And then every once in a while, like we've got, Jackie brought home 2 different kinds that are coming up in the winter that unreal, just really unreal. These are the best cookies made. You're going to love them. Go to Kexi.com and order yours today. Kexi, Kexi.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, 888-900-3393. Now I've got a cookie mess all over my
And that's a
desk
problem because
Jeffy will clean it up.
Yeah,
Jeffy, do you want to come over and lick my desk?
It wouldn't be the first time.
It would not be the
We've
first
seen you,
time.
Jeffy, when you think no one else is watching.
I'll make sure it gets cleaned up.
Did you see the jailhouse audio call from the Charlotte suspect?
Oh, no.
Yeah, where he's talking to his sister. It's a very, very strange conversation.
Very strange.
And
do we have that?
Yes, we do. That's clip 27. Right. So he's. This is the.
Okay.
So you said something in your body did what?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material using my body to stab the lady.
Material I used my body to stab the lady.
Stabbed the lady. The material did.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's
that's
crazy.
not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they got to investigate the material in my body exposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
Yeah, this is why he should have been
It's
locked up.
because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand. Out of all people,
what? Focus.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened.
The material in his body. Yeah.
Who was working the album? Who was working the material? Whoever was working the material, they lashed out on her.
Whoever was working the material
in his body,
lashed out
on her.
Not him. He didn't do it.
No.
It was the material in his body.
He's just whacked out.
He's just nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's mentally ill and should have been in a mental institution.
And his mom said it.
Yeah.
His mom said it.
I mean, he had 13 or 14 chances to be put away.
Yes.
And still wasn't.
14.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Now can we back up to the sister?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know.
Yes.
This is
We're not
going to
let that go.
This is
we're
breaking
at
news
war
to me.
with Ukraine.
Yeah.
So
she's from Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah,
and we have a war going on against them.
Against Ukraine, it sounded like.
They have a war going on against us, I guess.
Something is happening there. I don't know what.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Right. Honestly, that clip of Kamala Harris that we mock relentlessly was actually...
Ukraine is
it was necessary.
Country in Europe.
See, that's messaging for the sister there. Because she needs that information, obviously.
You probably are 100% right.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That is. And did you catch that there's federal charges?
I didn't. How are they making that
Because
happen?
it's a light rail.
They get money from
there is a law
the rail.
that covers transportation.
Okay. I figured it had something to do with the light rail.
Yeah,
so it's funded by federal dollars, at least in part.
Yeah, they take some money for it.
So that's a federal
interesting.
crime.
Yeah.
Good. Well, see,
whatever it takes, right?
They're taking it out of the hands.
I got you, Jeff Fisher.
They're taking it out of the hands of the locality because they couldn't get this guy locked up when he should have been.
And
so we're going to do it for them.
We want that. Absolutely. Yeah. We want that.
They're so inept that they let this guy be roaming around when he was completely out of his skull. Completely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the material in his body killed her, not him.
Right.
He doesn't even take responsibility for it.
Well, he can't because the material did it.
Yeah, the material did it. Somebody took control of the material in his body.
They did it.
Wow, that's really horrible. Just horrible.
No kidding.
Also, another Secret Service snafu.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay.
This is unbelievable. The Secret Service failed to detect a Glock handgun in a guest's bag that agents manually searched at President Trump's Virginia golf course while the commander-in-chief was on site late last month. Last month! So this is after the 2 assassination attempts on his life. In this environment, the Secret Service can't afford even one mistake like this.
I did not read about the details of this. Did they? Is it someone that tried to do this, to sneak the gun in to prove that they could, or was it the legitimate someone? I don't
know.
Honestly,
it doesn't talk about that. So I'm just assuming it's just
someone that had
it's just a guest.
Weapon in a
just
bag.
A guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, I mean.
So it was a cursory search.
How do we find out afterward?
It was a cursory search of someone that's probably there all the time.
And they searched it by hand. So it's not just a metal detector missed it. They searched it by hand and didn't find it.
But it's just a cursory search.
So how did we find out
go ahead.
after the fact? Did somebody go, aha, look what I did?
That's what I mean. Were they attempting to actually sneak it in?
To make a
Do
point?
we know that it actually happened?
It doesn't matter because it shows their ineptitude.
Oh, yeah.
They can't do this. You can't make mistakes a mistake is like, oh, crap, I forgot to put the baking soda in the batter for this recipe. That's a mistake. Missing a gun at a presidential event, that's a catastrophe waiting to happen.
And I still want to know how the Code Pink
My gosh.
gang at the restaurant.
How they got that close.
How they knew that he was going to be there. If it was
That
something
too.
that was
That too.
completely unannounced.
Because not even the media knew where he was going. They were just told, get in the bus, we're leaving.
And nearly the entire administration was there. So
So okay, so the question is, is there someone on the inside that's dirty? And
that's fair.
I'm really
It is a
concerned
fair
for
question.
President
That's a fair
Trump,
question.
And
especially in light of what happened yesterday.
And along with the gun and the Code Pink.
I mean, we've taken extra measures here. I certainly hope the White House is paying attention and the Secret Service is paying attention, and they took extra measures wherever he is, because this is unacceptable.
Certainly a
it's
fair
unacceptable.
question to ask if the Secret Service is taking extra measures. Is that still worth it?
Right.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Like a plane crash.
Hey, Beth. What is that? Somebody hit the World Trade Center or the...
It's a Trade Center.
The World Trade Center.
Number 2.
Yeah. This just in, you were looking at
we have a breaking
obviously
news
very
story to tell you
disturbing
about.
live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed.
As we come now, we have serious news of a major, a very tragic event for you right now. Incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center.
I just heard a loud boom.
I saw that actually.
You did? Was it a plane? That's what I was thinking. It was a terrorist attack.
Immediately, there's speculation or cause for concern. This is the World Trade Center that was the center of a terrorist bombing some years ago. So the questions have to be asked, was this purely an accident or could this have been an intentional act? But either way, extensive damage was done.
What's this other jet doing? What's this other jet doing? Holy fuck!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Looks like 6, 7 floors were taken out. And there's more explosions right now. Hold on, people are running.
Hold on just a moment. We've got an explosion inside.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll tell you what's going on.
Right, oh my God, another plane has just hit another building. Flew right into the middle of it. Explosion. My God, it's right in the middle of the building.
Pick your reader up from under your seat. Stay on page 153. At the count of 3, everyone should be on page 153.
Mom, another plane just crashed into the other World Trade Center. Another plane hit a jet, a jumbo jet. I'm so scared. I'm leaving. No, don't, Megan. You can't. Bye. I love you. Megan. Mom, I'm Carol. I'm getting up. Okay, please wait for me.
We do have some videotape of the second plane, and you can see it there.
Where? I didn't see it. Oh, whoa.
Oh, my God.
We're under attack.
Going into buildings.
building.
From our vantage point, yeah, clearly difficult to tell.
We're under attack.
What type of plane that is, but it's a horrific scene.
All right, we've just been told also, Michael, sorry, the New York Stock Exchange is being evacuated, as is, I'm sure, much of Wall Street, if not all of it, as much as possible. But the New York Stock Exchange has suspended trading for the moment.
It's war.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
David, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're looking at live pictures of the Pentagon where there is billowing smoke. Jim Miklashevsky just reported that he heard an explosion, and right now we're looking at an aerial view of the Pentagon.
There are reports that the Pentagon has been evacuated and the White House is being evacuated. Clearly, you're seeing now these pictures from Washington, D.C.
All of the airports across the country have been shut down. All flights have been canceled for another 7 hours, which is about 5 o'clock Eastern time, and then we'll reignite there. We'll take a look what's going on after that. The probability of extension, as they call that, is high.
Take 2. Take 2 and 2, 1. This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the 2 towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way.
I hope I live. It's coming down on me. Here it comes. I'm getting behind a car.
Duck it! Anthony, you okay? Yeah.
Please. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Watch out. I got it.
No idea.
I'll tell you that I can't see that second tower, but there was a cascade of sparks and fire, and now it looks almost like a mushroom cloud explosion, this huge billowing smoke in the second tower. This was the second of the 2 towers hit.
Now this is what it looked like moments ago. My God.
The remains of a airplane crash over on Lambertsville Road, and probably had a terrorist bomb on board that blew up. I don't know anything more than that. That's what I heard on the scanner. I just saw the smoke come up, and the explosion shook the house clear over here, and we are, what, 15 miles from Lambertsville.
In Washington, there is a large fire at the Pentagon. The Pentagon has been evacuated. And there's, you can see, perhaps the second tower, the front tower, the top portion of which is collapsing. Good Lord. There are no words. We have a report that a 747 is down in Pennsylvania, and that remains unconfirmed at this point, and so we will check on that.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them.
I can hear you. I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.